married for 9 years to the love of your life, how easy or how hard is it? Is it fair for me to say that your husband is the love of your life?
Yes.
He is. Okay, so you've been together for 9 years or more? More. How did you guys meet?
It was the first year of University of Ghana. I think we're both in sociology class. And I saw this fine, tall guy.
Tall glass of hot chocolate.
I'm telling you, Black Panther-ish.
Wakanda
I'm telling you. And that was it. But I realized that we're both in the same hall. He was in Sabah. So walking to and fro, back for lectures and everything, I realized that, okay, I'll say hi. And that was it.
That was it.
That's how we started.
And then you started dating.
Yes.
And you got pregnant.
Yes.
You had the baby.
Yep.
When you were in uni. Now, when you tell me, what did your mother, your parents say? I mean, when you first year, second year?
Final year.
Final year, right.
Yeah.
So you decided, you got pregnant. What did your parents say to you?
Now, there's an interesting story to that. I didn't know I was pregnant.
Are you serious?
I'm not joking. It was my mother who found out that I was pregnant.
You know what? Those are, and your ma.
And I challenged her. I said, let's go to airport clinic. Me, let's go and do the test. Sure, that day I was wild. And she just looked at it, she was smiling. She's like, Nabia, because I was size 8. She's like, Nabia, your tummy, your breast, your bra. Are you, Mama, stop that. You like that small university I've gone to. You're trying to. Let's go. So we went to her. She didn't say anything. Now, I was rather huffing and puffing in the car. I don't like those things that once you go to university and a single room, they think that you are doing whatever.
Yeah.
Get to the airport clinic and the doctor said, hey, Rabba, you're 5 months pregnant.
5 months?
I kid you not. 5 solid months.
Now, this is quite interesting. If you had realized earlier that you were, would you have kept the baby?
No, I wouldn't have. My dad at that time was a lecturer at the University of Ghana Business School, and my mother was a district chief executive in the Volta region. So this is like upper middle class, University of Ghana, that level. And University of Ghana, if you're in that university circle, you have to go to Gehe, you have to come back, come to university, that is for a female, probably marry a neighbor's son who's either gone to MIT or gone to Oxford something. But here is Nabia, who is pregnant.
Final year.
The
husband to be, the father of the child is not from MIT or Oxford. Right?
So, if I mean, it was a social thing, I would have gotten rid of it.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank God. Yours is quite different with the whole.
It's
the same.
Story. No, that's a beautiful story.
Is it?
Yeah.
Why do you find it beautiful?
Well, I think if you're really looking at that social class thing, it really plays a key role into our existence as human beings. Yeah. And for instance, my story.
And we let that dictate to us when
definitely.
it shouldn't really.
My story. I think I was going through a therapy because then I had lost the lady I was so much in love with. I was going to marry her. We discussed marriage. I was supposed to take her to my village to meet my people, and then she dies in my arms in Kolebu, and it throws me off.
Oh dear!
So it was a difficult moment. So the problem I had at the time was always looking forward to meeting her again. And in doing so, I was always comparing, looking at the stature. If I'm looking for a woman and she is not in that space, I'm always like, okay, she's not good for me.
Right.
So I was going through therapy a lot because.
But why were you looking for her? And did you feel like you failed her?
I always felt she was not dead, but she was around because this was like a friend, like a mother. Because you see, my problem is huge.
Let's break it down.
I lost my parents when I was 3 years old, back in 1987.
Okay.
So I had lived all my life without them. And I also believed that, listen, I was going to find someone who would be like them and take care of me like the way everybody want to have the parents. So when I met this lady, I was thinking everything was great. And even the process of her dying was even funny because this is somebody I took to the hospital, this is somebody I donated blood, this is somebody who asked me to camp the following day and then talk to her. And then you get to the hospital, she looks at you, smiles and says, come and give me a hug. Just after the hug, she's like,
gone.
So I'm just holding the person and that's it.
Whoa.
So the whole process was really heartbreaking. And I just had to, it was difficult. So I met this lady And I think, okay, she's like her, she speaks like her, she walks like her, and I think I'm in love. And all my mind is like that.
Wow. Could it be like that you were not in love, but you saw?
That's the problem.
That, I mean, I'm confused.
Yeah.
You're looking for your late girlfriend in the latest one.
Yeah.
So you see somebody who is like her, and you believe that you are in love with this person.
Yeah, that's a therapy, because you feel that when you are able to find that person, you know that's her. So I was comparing. Basically, I was just comparing.
So you found that person and you decided that that's her.
Yeah, because this is somebody we don't argue to the following day. We argue the next 2-3 minutes. We are back again, having fun, everything. So if I argue with you to the following day, then you're not the person. So yeah, so that was the problem. That was.
Are you serious?
So that was.
We're like, woo!
Yeah. So it was that until this whole pregnancy thing came in, and I just had to deal with it.
Pregnancy.
Yeah.
So she got pregnant as well, just like Nabia did.
Yeah.
And so you were okay with it?
Yeah, she wasn't, but I was, because I was. Maybe a voice told me, "Don't take it out."
Okay, but you were not married to her then?
No, I wasn't.
Okay, so you decided to do the right thing.
No, I just had to walk to the father and tell him that, I'm responsible for this pregnancy, so whatever. But then it was like, okay, you know what? Marry my daughter. I know there was this language they use, kwasiebo, that thing. So because of that,
you have to marry her, whether you love her or not. But you just said that you were sure you loved her.
Yeah, but at the time, not marriage.
No, okay, not love. You didn't love her enough to want to marry her.
I would say because I wasn't too stable myself, because this is somebody I was traveling left, right, center. So I was always trying to see if I would be stable, but maybe in the next 2-3 years.
So it was like unplanned.
Yes.
I mean, yours wasn't planned as well. But then, what did your mom? When she found out that you were pregnant, what did she say?
So the first thing she said was, "How?" She's like, "How? Of all the contraceptives in this world, how?"
So not everybody woman likes that contraceptive. Not everybody likes it.
Yeah, I don't.
You're honest.
I don't. And what she did also was like, I should call him. She said, "No, don't call him. Give me his number." I said, "What was I going to do? It's none of your business. Where you are reached right now, you can't talk. You can't tell me what to do."
Yeah.
So she called him and in front of me, and she was like, "Are you so and so?" And he goes like, "Yes." "Do you know Nabia is pregnant?" "No." "Are you responsible?" "Yes." "Come with your father tomorrow."
That's it.
That was it. And he came.
With his father?
Yes, and I was hiding, the way the old school, I was hiding, looking behind. And when she came to them, she was like, "Oh, at least he's handsome."
Oh, that's what your mom said.
That's what she said.
Bless her.
I was like, "Ma, why?" I said, "Hey, if you are going to bring some face upon all our trouble." Yeah.
Right. So then that's how, so did you meet his mother when did you meet his mother in all this?
I met his mom, I think the second time. Yes, the first time he came with his father. And even then, I didn't even meet his father. I didn't meet any of them. It was just to come and acknowledge that he's the one. The second time, that's when they came, and my mother called me that they want to see who it was, and it was very uncomfortable. Immediately that when we left the clinic, I was put on antibiotics because I didn't take it for the first 5 months. So as soon as I started antibiotics,
antibiotics?
Sorry,
antenatal.
Look at me, multivitamins, antenatal, whatever. My tummy just went like overnight. So here I was, because apparently it was here, but when I took the drugs, it all came this way.
Are you serious?
So very uncomfortable meeting with your tummy like this, your face all bad girl, collarbone. It was very uncomfortable. But and to her credit, she just said, "Oh, who did you find? Are you okay?" Yeah, she wasn't rude or anything. She was okay. First meeting was okay.
Yeah, but you know, in our society, it is, like you're saying, from middle, upper class, family, the normal thing to do is to get married. So usually when people find out that they've been put in a certain position, they rush to do the wedding, get married, and everything else. And then in 3 months, the next thing you know, the person just had a baby.
In my case, I think that's why I say kudos to my mom. My mother also had a similar, I don't want to say it's a hereditary thing, but my mother had a similar thing with my dad. My mom is from the Volta region, and my dad is like a mixture of Achim and Brong. And I mean, you know how those times, Volta and Ashanti, very big deal.
Right.
My dad was a TA, my mom was his student. I know. And it happened.
Your mother?
Yes, my mother. So with her experience dealing with her mother and her father, because her parents too were a teacher and a lecturer in the UK.
Boy.
So she also had that experience.
Oh boy. And
dealing with that, and also going to school, she leaving the home, political office and all that. Because her community was rural Ghana.
Yeah.
So she's seen how people are forced at that level to get married. The first thing she told my dad in front of me was, Nabia and worry because of Akolani.
Yeah.
Unjai. Their punishment is they should take care of this child. Nobody is giving them 1 cedi. So they are ripe for national service. When they wed, every dime they make, that is enough punishment, because the marriage is not a joke. So she's put her foot down. My dad at some point was like, Kwasibo, people will laugh at him. And my mom said, well, they're already laughing at us.
Yeah, so let them laugh harder.
I think it's more of a cultural thing. That's how I see it. Because in my case, it was like, okay, I'm from this particular tribe. We don't do this, we don't do that. And so it has to be done this way.
The right way.
And what even got me really annoyed was I don't like that looking down on culture and saying, okay, that's my culture, this is how we do things. So at the point I also had to come out, and that's the feud. Listen, I come from this place, we do it this way. But
okay, were the demands too high?
Yeah,
because
it was, because even
in
at the engagement,
situation?
there was this confusion.
So you got married to her because she was
Yes,
pregnant. You did the right thing. You thought as a man, according to society,
That's
the right
thing
thing to do
unfortunately for me, I didn't have enough say, because everybody was like, yeah, one uncle wearing, you know.
You put her in a family way.
So, and it was so annoying.
When you shut out all the noise, and I like to call I'm choosing the noise carefully. When you shut out all everybody having a say, what do the two people involved talk about?
You know,
do you even have the time and the chance to even sit down and talk about anything?
Because at that point, I was alone in my little apartment. She was still with the parents, because then she was pregnant, so somebody needed to take care of it. That was the first
So then you
time.
didn't see her again?
No, we will meet, but that's under my idea. Is like, if I want to see her, like check up on her and those things, that's when I have to see her. All along it was about, my dad says this, my dad says this. So
those were the conversations you guys were having?
My parents said, if you have to come and do this, if you don't do this, they will do this to me. So how do I reconcile? Because I didn't want them to also throw her out of the house because of me. So I was like, okay, is that what your dad wants? He said, yes. Okay, don't worry, I'll do what he wants, but that's not what I want. At the appropriate time, I also do what I want.
Right.
And that was it.
And that was it.
And she didn't really understand what I meant by that language. So after the engagement, I think I visited her twice or thrice in the father's house, and they gave me another list of demands, to make sure there's water in the house every time.
What was that list like?
Yeah, make sure there's water in the house every time, gas, stove, groceries.
In their house?
Yes, make sure every time it should be there, because my child is in the house. She sort of also added to their cost, so I need to take that cost away. So,
but you engaged her, so couldn't you take your wife home?
Because at the time I wasn't ready to really have her.
Okay, so you decided to leave for her to stay there.
So in my visit, I noticed the language of the dad. It wasn't really palatable. You know, you go to a house and then the man frowns and looks at you like, I don't like you. You know, and I'm like, okay. So when he frowns, I also frown. Then we all sit down. Nobody's talking.
And when he says I don't like you, also says I don't like you.
I also don't like you.
But
it's been.
Do you know something? That is the worst thing you can do to any father-in-law.
So,
especially when they feel like you have.
I was about to say how.
Yeah, but you see,
especially when they feel like you have actually put their daughter in a position she wasn't ready for.
You have no idea. It escalated to a family trade of words between my family and him at a point when I wasn't involved. He said so many things about me when I wasn't around. So I wasn't talking to him even though I had his number. So at one point I just told the daughter, tell your dad never to call my phone again. And if he dare calls my phone, we are going to have very unpleasant conversation. And that's it.